Here's another late development, and this news keeps coming in as we're talking here.
Are we done? Is this balls out?
Balls out.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Are we gonna call this Pokeballs out?
Yeah, this is balls out. All right. We've made it to the end of the show, guys. And I know what you're thinking. What about Karen? There's a whole bunch of other stories we got to do. Me and Eric are just gonna have to come and film that a different day. We didn't want to keep you guys here. It's about to be 8:30, so we're like 5 minutes over schedule right now. But I think yeah. Well, me and Eric could decide. We'll probably talk about those stories offline and provide them. If you guys, do you think we should go live again, guys? Do you want us to go live again? Put a F in chat if you want us to go live again this week, and we'll talk about those remaining stories. F in chat right now.
Oh yeah. F in the chat. F in the chat.
Now I can turn myself into Jigglypuff.
Somebody said run it back Thursday.
But
In the AM, right?
Yeah, but did you follow the simple instructions, fool, of just putting F in chat? That's all I asked you to do.
After we gave the Devastating Divas such a plug early, we can't even get an F. Man, I'm so offended. So butthurt right now. She gave us a bunch of Fs now. Wow.
A bunch of FUs, I bet.
And some U's too, man. That's harsh.
That's why I'm Jigglypuff now. Check me out, fam. I know you guys didn't get to use this, but I am using it. So, and if you have Twitch, you can use it on Twitch. So there's that. But let's get to balls out, right? My name's Heero. That's Eric. We're gonna get to the fun part of the show. We're going to talk about balls out. Obviously, there's one thing that's on everyone's mind right now, right? Congratulations to the bum that is Tom Brady.
Hold on. Stop the besmirching the good name of the GOAT. Get your back on.
All I'm saying is that GOAT never beat me, so he ain't no GOAT in my eyes. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so tell the rest of the story. Tell the rest of the story.
What? I mean, what? I sacked him and that was it. He ain't never. I bet he wouldn't have ran up on me like he did Honey Badger. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, he would have.
No, he wouldn't have.
You first of all, he's arrogant enough to do that.
And
like he don't care who it is. He was in Chris Jones' face, bro.
Arrogant motherfuckers get knocked out every day. Hey, that was a different type of hero. That was a different type of hero. You don't run up on that hero. That hero will fight you. I like to think to myself that, okay, I have a few questions here. It's very clear that defense still wins football games, right? Because
go friggin' figure.
Because I thought that this was a passers league. I thought this was a quarterbacks league. Let's talk about the trials and tribulations of Tom Brady. He went through the most difficult route to get here. He had to beat Drew Brees at not his prime, but at Drew Brees at his legacy level. He then beat Aaron Rodgers at home at Lambeau Field, and then took on the sorcerer that is Mahomes. Yeah. Tom Brady, if he ever had to do this, he did it the hard way, which makes it so much more admirable. But
he got three the hard way. Oh, I'm going to have to shameless plug for a movie.
I just don't get. But are we attributing this to Tom Brady's performance? Because I think he had like 212 yards in the first half. Or are we attributing this to the defense? Because if you told me Patrick Mahomes didn't throw a touchdown pass, I would have said you're lying. Who are we attributing this to, Eric? Defense or offense?
The win or the loss. If we talking about the Chiefs, I watched Patrick Mahomes. A lot of other commentators weren't watching the same game I was watching. But he was running for his life, making miraculous throws. He hit 2 people in the face in the end zone. They didn't catch the ball. So many drop passes. The defense had so many penalties. The boy couldn't do anything. He didn't have his right or his left tackle. He exceptional plays. You couldn't ask. I blame the defense for stupid penalties, the lack of run, the lack of the ability to run because they were so far behind. That's why they lost the game. Of course, Tom Brady is the GOAT. He's got 7 rings. I mean, there's not another quarterback with 7 rings, but I'm just saying that's my thoughts.
I'm always gonna say defense only. It's the irony is that JPP and Ndamukong Suh, two people you probably forgot about in the NFL, made their glorious returns here. JPP being one of the people who stopped Tom Brady from winning a ring in New York. So that was interesting to see. I'm definitely a big component here of attributing the W to the defense. Tom Brady was good, but the defense was better.
Of course, I wouldn't disagree with that. See, but here's the thing though: when you're a quarterback and your defense is playing well and you have a lead, and think about it, Tom Brady played in the Super Bowl about 4 years ago against Atlanta, who got up 28-3, and instead of running the football and taking what the defense gave, they tried to prove a point and destroy Tom Brady. And that's why Dan Quinn doesn't have a head coach job anymore. He came to Dallas. I don't agree with that. I don't like that decision, but whatevs. Anyway, Tom Brady learned from somebody else's mistake. I'm just saying. He learned from someone else's mistake. Hey, listen, we're up 3 scores. Let's just run the football. Let's not turn it over. We're going to take what the defense gives us, and then we're going to win this football game. Dang it, and I'm getting a 7th ring. And I mean I'm gonna get a 7th ring. And so that's what happened. I mean, we're never gonna see a quarterback accomplish this ever again.
Oh,
it's just not gonna happen.
I don't think never. Patrick Mahomes is 23 years old. Like, it's definitely
24. This is his 2nd Super Bowl. He won 1, and it was a mediocre Super Bowl. Yet he still won. His defense carried him home.
It's a mediocre one. He beat the fuck out of a team who beat the fuck out of a bunch of other teams.
It was I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes' performance was mediocre. I think his performance this Super Bowl was better. His teammates didn't make plays for him. He made some miraculous plays, and they just did not do right by Patrick. I don't know what was happening. Literally, they had a cakewalk all season. They thought they were going to walk in here.
Well,
they were
happened,
highly
right?
favored to win.
Let's give context on what happened. The truth is, what happened is your starting left tackle, who was the 2nd highest paid person on the offense, was out of commission, which meant the right tackle had to move over to the left side and basically relearn all his steps in 2 weeks and compete against one of the elite defensive ends and tackles in Ndamukong Suh and JPP, which is a nightmare combination. And guess what that meant? Because guess where 60% of the pressures came from on Super Bowl night? The right side. The side where the weakest link was found on the line. The running backs couldn't chip. Kelsey was too busy trying to figure out how he's going to get open when people are giving you a 15-yard bubble. Just get up the field, man. Get up the field and take what the defense gives you. But if you want a demonstration of what Patrick Mahomes had to go through, we have live footage from the football game right here on our screen, so we can watch this real quick.
A laser beam dropped. Mahomes. He dropped the ball. Here's Mahomes from 3rd and 19. Incomplete through the hand.
The refs did throw so many fucking flags.
Mahomes in trouble, flings it across his body. Mahomes in trouble, get more pressure.
I like this video. Thank you for sending this to me, Navi. I just don't get, like, all right, I get it, but, those are some factors they have to think. Another thing that you can settle this to, Patrick Mahomes had to be humbled. Patrick Mahomes needed to experience this level of defeat. Not at the if he had lost this, let's say hypothetically, this was like Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees. This doesn't sting as much, this loss, because he's just one removed. Aaron Rodgers only has one, so do I. Drew Brees only has one, so do I. If Josh Allen's made it, he has none. But Tom Brady delivering this L to him is sort of the amalgamation of something. And dare I say, Eric, if there was a way to pass down the torch, this is how I envision Tom Brady wants to do it. Oh, no,
like serving up a hot L.
Exactly. Oh no, young man, you're not going to beat me. But when next time you're in this position, just know you better had win, because if you don't, the likelihood of you ever getting an opportunity to say some shit like this to someone else is slim to none. Remember this feeling. Embody it. Hold it close to your chest. Think about it in your deepest, darkest moments when you're alone and nobody's around you. When all the glitz and glam is gone and it's just the silence. Not even that of your clock ticking in the corner of the room. Think to yourself, you had all the weapons, every opportunity, but you lacked one undeniable truth. And that is, you're not Tom Brady.
Oof.
And for that, you must suffer. Hence, you chose death. So, I think this is going to be a humbling moment for him. But I'm not convinced Tom Brady's the absolute GOAT, Eric. I don't believe it. Want to know why I don't believe it? Because I have a list here of other people who have more rings and championships.
Football players.
Nah, I don't want to hear that. I'm talking about the GOAT of the universe. Because football...
That's not even up for debate.
I still think there are people ahead of Tom Brady on this list. Where do you think Tom Brady falls on this list of universal GOATs?
Listen, he's the greatest quarterback of all time, not the greatest athlete of all time. That's not even debatable.
Tom Brady couldn't beat me in a race. So I don't. I mean, what, you got money? You try to bet? Because we've seen his 40.
Bro, I'm not debating that. I mean, that dude's slower today than he was, 21 years ago when he first was at the combine with his bad dad bod built.
Oh my goodness. I have respect for him. While I don't believe in his political views, and I just think it's funny that he was able to flaunt his political affiliations, but the moment Kaepernick did it, there was a whole uproar about it. But that's not really what I'm here to decipher about Tom Brady. I have a bunch of respect for the guy, but Tom Brady and a guy named Robert Horry both have 7 championships. Now, Robert Horry had to do this with 3 teams, and Tom Brady had to do this with 2 teams. So, just a little brush up on history. The universal goal is Bill Russell. But what do you think hurts more? Being Tampa Bay and knowing that you only needed one person, which is a good quarterback, to win a championship, or being Bill Belichick and knowing that you can't win a ring without Tom Brady?
Oh, the latter. Absolutely the latter. And then here's why. Because I heard so many people, I've been telling people for a decade, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback that we're ever going to see play football, in my opinion. And they was like, no, Tom Brady's a system quarterback, and it's Belichick, and it's this, that, and the third. I didn't hear none of that this season. Everybody said it. Everybody said in the offseason, oh, Tom will struggle to go there. Bruce Arians going to have a difficult time getting acclimated. No offseason. He won't have connections. Figured it out real quick. And it also reveals something damning about Bill Belichick, because you saw the year he had, and it was an atrocious year. He went, 6-9, 6-10, sat at the crib. He's got Cam Newton for a starting quarterback who's probably not going to be returning. I mean, that dude like made barely $1 million. That just shows you how little value people have in Cam Newton's ability to play football anymore. He should retire himself. I'm sorry. He should just retire. Anyway.
He had a rough year. I mean, he had a
man,
rough
sucks
go.
to suck. But I mean, hey, that was the only team that was willing to give him anything. Like nobody else. He played for $1 million, bro. Former MVP, former 2015 Super Bowl appearance. That's 6 years ago, and this guy can only get $1 million.
I mean, it's not about
That's it.
His resume is great, but his body is he no longer has the body to play. Like he's been beaten the fuck up. Hiding behind that Carolina offensive line.
Dude, and listen, dude. And I got mad respect for Cam Newton because I saw the illegal hits this dude took, and they refused to throw a flag. Dude, you even fart wrong at these quarterbacks now. 15-yard penalty. And where was that crap?
First quarter.
Where was this crap? No, where was this crap for Cam Newton? Because if this stuff would have been around for Cam Newton, oh, listen. He would have won the Super Bowl. He would have. Listen, that dude could have dang near went undefeated that season. They went 14-2. He should have went undefeated and won the Super Bowl. It would have been a miraculous season. I'm just saying.
No,
but,
absolutely.
Anyway.
Oh, and shout out to Keisha for the reminder. The real Universal Champion is Serena because she has 13 championships. So there's that.
Anyway.
But the last part of this is now that the Super Bowl's over, there's a big controversy over the All-Star Weekend. The NBA wants to have an All-Star Weekend, even though all other teams, NFL, NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball, they've all declined to do it because we're in a pandemic, and the last thing you want is every single star athlete in one place from other teams then going back to their teams to spread the virus right before the playoffs. Are you in favor of them just postponing the goddamn NBA All-Stars? Because LeBron has spoken on this and he has said he's not a fan of this idea of going to the All-Star this year.
He's not a fan of going to the All-Star game?
Yes. I mean,
here's my thing.
It's for
here's my
health,
thing about it.
It's for health reasons.
No, that's not what it is. It has nothing to do with the All-Star games, the All-Star gaming events. It really has to do with the reason the All-Star weekend is there is for the fans. And this is the thing. They have the slam dunk contest, the three-point contest. They have the rookies versus the sophomores. They have so many other like outside events that are supposed to be a time for the players to really interact with the fans, legends to really interact with the fans. Have you ever been to an NBA All-Star weekend?
I've been to one, but this isn't going to be that. There's no fans that are going to be there. It's going to be a bubble.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. What year did you go?
I went in 2012.
Was you sure it's 2012 or is it? Yeah. So you and I were at the All-Star game at the same time. I was there to see the slam dunk contest, the rookies versus the sophomores, and I was there with my buddy. We drove in Orlando because at that time I was living in Tampa. Mm-hmm. So we drove to, bro, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is serendipitous right here. Me and you were at the same place at the same time unbeknownst to each other. Anyway, I'm just saying, I was there, and the interaction that I had with basketball players, just seeing some of these guys walking around, saying what's up, throwing stuff to fans in the crowd, getting on the microphone, interacting. It was crazy, dope experience. I'm just saying, it was a crazy, dope experience for me personally. And I get LeBron's point because I think he's not necessarily thinking about it safety reason, but not for the players. He's thinking for the fans because that's usually who pays the money to show up. I don't want to watch a 3-point contest on TV if there's no fans there. That's just seems like they're just doing tricks in the gym. I don't want to see the slam dunk contest without fans' reactions. The oohs and the holding up the sign is what make it what it is. And if I can't get that, the NBA is thinking about ratings too. Nobody's watching it. They barely getting ratings right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so. The NFL's over now, so I'll definitely be putting my basketball eyes back on. I really enjoy basketball. I consider myself, an all-time Rex all-star. Catch Me in the Wreck. I don't have a left, but man, I could sure I skyhook the fuck out of you. I skyhook the fuck out of you. But I don't think they should have it. Period. Regardless of for whatever alternative reasons, we're just starting to see the pandemic come under control. And one of the most devastating things is that this fucking thing will be taking place in Florida, which is a beehive for this pandemic. It's not a good idea. We shouldn't do it. I hope we don't do it. But that's the story. That's our opinions on it. This has been Balls Out.
Balls out. Going balls deep.
I don't know about that one, but okay. It's a situation, but you know, Eric, where can they find us?
Right here on YouTube. Make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell set it to all so you get all of our real-time updates and also notification when we're going live. Then make sure you slide over to Twitch, hit that sub, then slide over to Facebook page at the Identity Booth and hit a follow. And then right after that, hit that share button. Share it on your timeline. Let those beautiful people that you interact with on the Facebook know that we're cooking over here at the Identity Booth. And then you can go ahead and click our anchor. We got it set up right up there at the _identity_booth. And it'll give you our link tree. It'll give you all of the platforms that we're on. I'm telling you, we like Beezer. We everywhere you need to be. And I'm sleep deprived, shorty on my line, and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end decide. Slow it down and we can catch the vibe. But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line, and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down, and we can catch the vibes.